So this masjid, alhamdulillah, is known as Masjid Qiblatayn, the masjid of the two Qiblas. And it's got a very interesting story behind it. Now, the Prophet ﷺ, what he used to do in Mecca is he used to pray towards Masjid al-Haram in Palestine. That's the original Qibla, if you like. And what he used to do, because he loved the Kaaba so much, is he would put the Kaaba between him and Palestine. So he would be praying towards the Kaaba, and then beyond that is Palestine. So he'd be praying towards the Qibla. But of course, as we said, the Prophet ﷺ had to migrate to Medina later on in his life. And so when he did that, he went north. And north is past the Kaaba, meaning that when he prays in Medina, there's no Kaaba there. So naturally, he started to feel upset that he misses the Kaaba, that he's facing towards Masjid al-Haram in Palestine, but the Kaaba is behind him. Do you understand? And also, if you add on top of that, there was actually a lot of Jews in the time of the Prophet ﷺ in Medina. So many Jews. And they were mocking the Muslims. They said, how can you be a prophet? And they would mock him and say, you reject our religion, but you face our Qibla. You know, they used to just mock him like that. And so the Prophet got very, very upset. And so he raised his hands to the sky and he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to change the Qibla to Mecca. And that's when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the verse, قَدْ نَرَى تَقَلُّبَ وَجْهِكَ فِي السَّمَاءِ فَلَنُوَلِّيَنَّكَ قِبْلَةً تَرْضَاهَا فَوَلِّ وَجْهَكَ شَطْرَ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ. Allah says that we hear you, Ya Rasulullah, looking to the sky, asking to change the Qibla to the Kaaba. So we will change it, and we will change it right now. Now, when this verse came down, the Prophet ﷺ was actually leading the prayer. It was Dhuhr or Asr in this masjid. And in the middle of the prayer, when he got this revelation, the Prophet ﷺ was praying on one side. He stopped reciting, turned around, walked in the middle of the prayer to the opposite side of the masjid, and everyone turned around like this, and the Qibla changed in the middle of the prayer. And that's why it's known as Masjid Qiblatayn, subhanAllah. And so that's why you can see they've made it very beautiful, because anything the Prophet ﷺ has touched becomes beautiful indeed. I'm going to share with you one wisdom that we can take from this that you can apply into your life. Notice how when the command came down, the Muslims obeyed instantly, even though they were in the middle of the prayer. Islam meant so much to them that when the command came to change the Qibla, they obeyed instantly. No hesitation, even in the middle of the prayer. And so now reflect on your own life. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells you to have good character, when He tells you to pray 5 times a day, when He tells you to wear a good hijab, modesty, when He tells you all of these different commands, how do you respond to them? Do you feel like something in your heart is pulling you back? Or do you obey straight away, just as the Muslims obeyed straight away by turning around in the middle of the prayer? You see, Islam is the greatest thing anyone can ever have. It's the most inspirational thing anyone can ever have. If you do not feel proud to be Muslim, if you do not feel like Islam is the best thing that you have ever been given, that's not a problem with Islam, that's a problem with you. The Sahaba went from a position of burying their own daughters, drinking alcohol, doing all of these terrible things, to becoming people who dedicated their entire lives to Islam. There's a reason for that, because it's the best thing anyone can ever have. And so inshallah, if you find that you do not really commit to Islam the same way the Sahaba did, then you need to learn more about Islam so that you can be inspired by it, inshallah ta'ala. Barakallahu feekum. Let's go into the masjid, inshallah.